my name is Savannah. We met last time in the first module that John, my father, ran. And now we're gonna do the second part, and this is when we begin to make our own maps. So, again, we have Michael. Yes, wave. And then we have Andre. And they're gonna help us today to show you what some examples are for when you're at home and you need some ideas. So just like John did before, I'm going to take my mask off so you can understand me a little bit easier. Last time, my dad talked about all the important parts of maps, and he talked about the distance, he talked about the compass rose, and he talked about the legend, which is right here on this map. And that is how we are going to start today. We are going to make our own legends. So, in the grab and go packets, you will have a paper like this, and it should be blank and big with a lot of space on it. So, I want you to get this out, and Michael and Andre have theirs, and my dad or John has his up here. So, last time, John asked you to start thinking about the things that are important to you, the places you like going to, what makes home home, and your favorite places. So, on your legend, we're gonna draw them so we know what they look like. On your paper, the first things we have are the river, the mountains, the volcanoes, and the roads. So for these ones, we're going to use these to know what part of the city we're in. So in this map, there's this big river. So we know this is in the southern or southeast part of the city. So that's there, and they made it blue. This map also has roads on it, and they're yellow. They don't have too much nature in New Orleans that we can see. Here they have some like trees and forests, and they made them green. So on your legend, I want you to first draw your river, your mountain, your volcano, and what your roads will look like. Go ahead and take a moment and draw your first four things on your legend. So, now that you've drawn your first four, we're gonna move on to the next. But first, I really like Andre's because they're very clear and you know exactly what you're looking for. So the river is blue, the mountains are brown, the volcanoes are black, and the road is green and black. So you know that if this is on his map, we know it's a river. If this is on his map, we know it's a volcano. So great job. Moving on, the next one, maybe the most important one, is your house. So I want you to draw what your house looks like. Maybe it's small, maybe it's big, maybe it has trees or animals. Whatever you want to do, just make your house or apartment. So now that you've done your house, I want you to finish the rest of the grid. The next one we have is my favorite park. So my favorite park looks like a triangle, so I drew a triangle. Then my community center has multiple or many buildings, so I drew a few. My school or my work is a big building, so I drew one big building. For my grocery store or market, or wherever you get food, it doesn't matter if a grocery store or market, wherever you get it from, I want you to draw it. My favorite fruit are grapes, so I drew grapes. And then I drew my doctor's office. My favorite place in the city can be anything. I drew some rocks because my favorite place are the foothills because I like to go hiking when it's nice outside. But it can be someone's house, it can be a pool, it can be the movie theater, it can be your soccer field, whatever you want it to be. The next one is the home of somebody you love. So it can be your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, your best friend, anyone that you love. Next, your favorite swimming spot. So this is where you get to go cool off on those hot days. Maybe a pool, the river, a lake, whatever. Next is your favorite restaurant. My favorite food is pizza. So I drew a pizza place and I made it into a pizza. And lastly, I want you to draw the home of your favorite animal. And this can be an animal like a giraffe or an elephant, or it can be a unicorn or whatever you want it to be. And for these drawings, you can draw them like mine, like little squares, or you can draw them however you want. This is your time to be creative and make your legend yours. I hope you have some good drawings happening, but if you need some inspiration or some new ideas to get you started, Michael, Andre, and John are going to show you what they have done so it can help you think of fun drawings to do. So we will start with Andre. Can you please show us some of your drawings?
Yes, of course, Savannah. This was very fun and exciting for me. So 3 of my favorite places. The first one being my mother's house. Who doesn't enjoy a home-cooked meal, clean laundry and those things, but love you, Mom. So I have my mom's house here with the big heart. The next place is tacos. Being a native New Mexican, Bob's Burgers, Taco Tuesday. And then my next favorite place in the city is being out in the East Mountains, whether that's the Sandias or the Manzanos.
Great, perfect, thank you so much. Okay, John, would you like to show us some of yours?
Sure, and one of my favorite places is the community center. Actually, my experience of probably that made me end up taking this job was when I first started working here. I actually did a community meeting here first in Los Vecinos back in 2002, and I was like, I said, this is why we do what we do. So anyway, just the kids, and just like what would this community be without this place for the kids, right? So anyway, that was one thing. Another thing is similar to my daughter, the Four Hills open space, the 60-foot shoe is my favorite place in the city. Such a great view, you can see everything from there. That's the 3 of us on Father's Day going way up atop. And then my home of somebody I love is my friend Faye. One of my other jobs at one point was to design and build gardens. She has a garden that I designed. She's like a second mom to me. And I get really wonderful things to eat there, and we have a great time.
Some places are really difficult to draw, like a grocery store or a doctor's office, so he used letters to describe it. He still made them colorful and creative, but it's a little easier to draw. He also couldn't choose one animal because, animals are the best, so he has 3. He has a bobcat, a beaver, and a jackalope, which isn't real, but these are our favorite animals, so it's okay. And last we have Michael.
My favorite park, I just put a soccer ball because I'd like to go to a couple different parks around town, but just to play soccer with my friends. My home of my favorite animal is actually Savannah and John's dog, so I just put that dog because I love to go there. And my favorite place in the city is the top of Sandia Peak. So I have the tram going all the way up so that you can see everything in the city.
Very good. Perfect. Okay, so there are a lot of drawings, so it's okay if you need to pause the video and take time to draw because I want to see some really beautiful drawings to describe your city. And that's the end of this module. But this is very important, so make sure you save it for our next module because we will need it to make our next 2 maps. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.